Welcome to Technically Analytics. In this episode, we're going to revisit the NBA in-season tournament. It is now the end of group play, as some of you might know, or if you haven't been paying attention. Yes, the end of group play. And today we're going to discuss the end of group play and the results and what's on for the knockout round. So we're going to start with East Group A. Now, East Group A was an interesting group that had a lot of good teams in it, some bad ones. The Pistons, looking at you. Surprisingly, the biggest loser of Group A was actually the 76ers, who went 2-2. They lost to the Pacers in Cleveland. A little bit surprising. They won against Detroit. Pretty obvious there. And they won against Atlanta. Pretty obvious there. But I think they're the biggest losers because they're still in the top seed in the East, so they're still a good team. But for some reason in the tournament they just didn't play well. Now the coach blamed their court, which I don't know if it was the court. Like, it was red and blue, kind of like my background, but like dude, come on, it's not the court, bro. You're tripping. Like, come on, get a better excuse. And then the Cavaliers at 3-1 had a close runner-up, but they did lose out due to point differential to the Knicks. They had a good run, though. They beat Philly, which is impressive. They did lose to the Pacers, who were 4-0. They swept the group. Very impressive. We'll see how they do in the knockout round. I'm curious to see. And we'll talk about that in a second. All right, so East Group B. The biggest loser, I would probably say, is the Heat. Kind of a mixed result. They beat the bad teams, lost to the good ones. And to be fair, the Knicks are probably about their level, but the biggest winner is the Knicks. I mean, I know that the Bucks won the group, but at 4-0 they swept. But the Knicks only losing to the Bucks. They got the wild card. They beat out the Magic, the Nets, the Cavaliers. And that's pretty impressive. So good for them. Plus 42-point differential got them the wild card. That's really good for the Knicks. I'm curious to see how they'll do in the tournament. That kind of a weak group if you think about it. Hornets and Wizards kind of not it, right? And they only lost to the Bucks, so that's pretty decent. And let's move on to East Group C. The biggest winner in this division was the Celtics. They proved that, yes, they're the best team in the East, and there always will be. So this group doesn't have much division. I keep calling it division. It's a group. This group doesn't have much going for it, but 3 teams at 3-1. No one made the wild card, so like, it was a competitive group, you could say. Maybe one of the most competitive, even though it has the 0-4 Bulls in it for some reason, and the 1-3 Raptors. So I don't really know what to make of that, but the Nets and Magic had really good results for the tournament. I didn't expect them to be that good, really. I wasn't expecting much from the Nets or the Magic, but they really impressed. I'm impressed with them. Better luck next time. Celtics kind of expected it. Let's see what they do in the knockout round. Moving on to the West. West Group A. This group had the Lakers sweeping it, which I didn't see coming. The Suns get the wild card. Pretty impressive, even though there wasn't much competition for that. Only the Timberwolves, who were ousted due to a 0-point differential, which is interesting. Suns had it by 34 points, basically, which is wild. In this division, the biggest losers were the Grizzlies at 0-4, the Jazz at 2-2. I mean, they should have played better. Like, there's no excuses there. Moving on to West Group B. Surprise winner here, the New Orleans Pelicans. Like, come on, man. Who saw that coming? And then division with the Nuggets and the Mavericks. Are you kidding me? Like, are you kidding me? Playoffs? Are you kidding me? Like, Jim Morris Sr. would be going crazy here. Crazy. Mavericks losing 2 games is unacceptable to Denver. I mean, Denver, okay, but the Pelicans, really? Denver, come on. Or Mavericks, come on, man. And then the Nuggets losing to Pelicans in Houston is just unacceptable. Like, come on. The Rockets are okay, but they're not like world beaters here. They're not, come on. Come on, man. That's a come on, man. Like, come on, Nuggets. You're biggest loser here. I mean, I know they don't care about it because it doesn't mean anything. It's just a money grabbing tournament thing, so it's fine. Like, they don't give a shit. Clearly, they're waiting for the playoffs. These two teams waiting for the playoffs. Maverick and Nuggets. Pelicans, good for them. We'll see what they do in the knockout round. And in the West Group C, disappointing for the Timberwolves, disappointing for the Warriors, disappointing for all four other teams except for the Kings, who are actually Kings in this case. They actually went 4-0. They beat Golden State by 1 point to clinch Group C. Mic drop. That Kings, good job. Great job, even. Timberwolves, what are you doing, baby? And Warriors, the dynasty's falling apart, clearly. I mean, in any other year, they would have crushed. Spurs, I was hoping for better, and Oklahoma City Thunder, hoping for better. The rookies didn't show out, clearly. So, yeah, that's basically that. And then so with this field set, you can look at the wild card standings, and you can see the top 3 seeds plus the wild card in the East. And it's the Bucks, Pacers, and Celtics. Now, the bracket is basically going to be Bucks versus Knicks. So the 1 seed gets the 4 seed, Pacers versus Celtics. Now, Bucks and Knicks, this is kind of the easy pick. It's Bucks all the way. Like, Knicks have a long shot to maybe upset them. Maybe. Pacers, Celtics, a little bit closer. You give the edge to the Celtics almost every single time. So that's how that works. In the West, it's a bit more interesting. You have the Lakers facing the Suns, and you have the Kings facing the Pelicans. Now, Lakers versus Suns, I think the Suns I think the Lakers have had the advantage in this matchup before, so they play each other quite a bit. So you would expect the Lakers probably to come out on top of that one. But Kings Pelicans is interesting because they played each other in the group, or they didn't play each other in the group. Sorry, I don't know what their regular season matchups have been. I mean, outside of the tournament, I have no idea. Like, actually, let's look that up. Have they played a game? Oh, they did play a game recently, and it was the Pelicans by 5, 117-112. November 22nd was their last game. And they play in the quarterfinal on December 4th. So we'll see how that goes. It'll be a rematch. They're both similar records as well. 8-6 for the Kings, 8-7 for the Pelicans on the regular season. We'll see who's the better team, because whoever wins this game is going to the semifinals. Now, the semifinals will happen in Vegas, and so will the championship. So I'm curious to see what happens, how it plays out. I mean, I think you can put your money on the Celtics or Bucks coming out of the East, and probably the West is kind of wide open. I'd say probably the Kings or Lakers. Maybe the Suns if they can upset the Lakers, but Kings or Lakers, I mean, Lakers have been playing like great in this tournament, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but they might be the favorites to win. LeBron just plays different, man. He plays different. So tune in for after the tournament when their champion is crowned, and we'll see what this worthless, or not worthless, but it's kind of worthless to fans, what this tournament can be. Like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.